Hello everyone. Welcome to Web Development Session 9. Now, till now, you have learned a lot regarding the HTML and CSS codes. So, in today's class, we will be discussing one of the very interesting and important topic related to CSS, which is what is ID and class in CSS and how to give that code. So we are going to add ID and class into some specific Angular tags in HTML itself. So in today's class, I will show you with the help of one calculator app that how can I make ID and class and can make my entire web page design so beautiful. There would be of course, working of my calculator as well, which will be done by JS. But yes, the JS code I will start from the next course because right now I will just focusing on the ID and the classes. So to check that how my calculator will work and how JS can be started, you please watch my next video. Okay, so let's get started for ID and class and how does it work. So when I want to start with my web designing for the calculator, I'll be starting with a very simple code and the syntax which starts like HTML. Then always we have to give a head inside this. I'm going to give it a title as well. The title going to be calculator because that's what I'm creating in this session. After my head, I'm going to give a body, and inside the body, I will be writing few things. So I'm going to make my entire code inside my div element in which I will be writing, let's say a p tag, or you can use a label also, whatever suits you better. So I will write here first number where the person can enter first number. Now from the form course we have learned, remember that how to make a text input. So I will also make a text input here so that you can give the user a chance to write what type of number they want. So because it's a number kind of a text, so I will write here number. Make sure you're writing the type inside the double quotes. After that, I'm going to close this with the Angular tag. Just by doing so, in my output, if you check that how it is coming, let's have a look. So it's coming good. I think first name is there and then we have a text. I think I can continue writing this. For the next one, I am going to give like another div because I want my first name and input should come one after another. And for the div, that's how the alignments are. The alignments are vertical. So if you write anything inside the div, then again you are writing anything again inside the div, that alignments comes in a vertical. What if you wanted to know horizontal alignment? That time we use a span. If you want a separate video for div and span, please do let me know in my comment. Now when I come to the another asking of second number, so I'll again give a div. There I'm going to give a p tag again and I will write second number here. With that, I'm going to write the input, the type of the input, and I'm going to keep it as a number because I want that user can only enter number. What if we are start entering the text? It's not going to work, right? So that's how I made it. Yes, after doing that, user is going to click a button to get the answer. So after my div tag, I'm going to write a button code. So I'll write button. Now in my next class, I will also show you that how this button working could be done by the help of JavaScript. For that, you stay tuned for my next video. Now that's the addition I have written over here. Now, if I just check the output, I think it's coming perfectly fine because now I have this first number with the text box. Second number is coming immediately down there with the addition. Now, of course, it's not looking good at all. I have to give few CSS coding over here. We can either write the CSS tags inside the head, but I am going to use a separate file for this. So for that, I have the style.css. Yes, if you remember that we have to connect the style.css and HTML file. So for that, we have to link these two. So I will write the code to link this to just this inside the title itself. So link rel style sheet. And after this, we will be giving the attribute of reference. And that's my file name, style.css. So now when I write anything inside the CSS, it's going to change. So now I'm going to first add a body. And in the body, I want everything to be on the center first. So I'm going to give the text align as center. So I think this much code would be working fine. Let's check. So yes, it all comes to the center. Let's give it a body color also because it's not looking good at all. So I'm giving a good background color, let's say aqua or something, anything that will just give it and check it out. Okay. Now, the thing is that yes, first name, second name, and all the things are fine. But I want this first number, second number to be a little bigger. Also, some few CSS coding for my text box because as you can see, the width is not enough. Also, they are not in a proper alignment, right? So for that, I'm going to use ID and class. Now, let's see how ID works and how the class works. What is ID? See, ID is a unique name, you can say, right? Like for us, we have our Aadhaar card, we have our passport. In that, we always have a kind of a ID which makes us unique from the other person. Like if I have a name and the other person also have a same name, and I want to give an instruction, so the instruction will go to both, right? But if I have a unique number, suppose my number is one and the other person number is two, and I can specify that this code is specifically for this one and this is for specifically two, then it can be easy for identify the both components. Same goes in my case as well over here. So let's get understand that how I can add a ID to this. So I have a P tag and I have this P tag also. Now, suppose if I want to give a specific ID to this P tag, what I will be doing, I'm going to write ID equals to, now I can name this ID as anything. For now, I'm giving it as P1. And let's also separate this ID as P2. Now, these two paragraphs are the same paragraph, but because of their ID, now it becomes different. Now, when I want to give stylings in the CSS for these two paragraphs separately, so what I will be doing, first of all, I'm going to use hashtag because whenever you are declaring an ID, you have to use a hashtag to declare it. Now, suppose if I want to give it a color, I'll give a color and let's say red. Visible. So if I do so, if you can see that just my first label is showing you a red color, but the second one remains the same because as you said that I have added the ID as CSS. Okay. Now let's check for the other one. Now, what if I just use a P2 tag? Again, I have to use a hashtag P2. Then we have to give a curly brackets. Now I can give the color. Let's give the color as, again, I'm giving a little brown color, which is going to be visible. Or maybe some other color which could be differentiated. It's yellow. It's fine. If I do so, you can see my second number is coming in. Now, both of them are not good at all because their font size are not good. So I can give a font size separately as well. So getting my point, if I want to give a same code to both of them, that time I can just simply use P and then, I can just use this curly brackets and both of them will have the same code. But right now I'm applying purposely the different code because the first paragraph I want as a red and second I want as a yellow. So now if I give the P tag as a font size, this is again the first one, right? So if I do see the first one becomes a little bigger and same I could do for the second. What if I want the second one as a little like lower number? So I can also do that because they are all different, right? So that's how the ID works. Now, a very important part I'm repeating again that whenever you are going to apply for that ID, please use hashtag in your CSS to connect those two. Now let's come to this class part. Now class is something like the class, like school class you can see. So I can give an example here. Like for example, you have a class in which you have students, right? Now, in your class, there should be an announcement that everyone will wear blue color t-shirt, right? So that means you are giving the instruction to the whole group, not an individual. Now, for example, you want to give an individual a separate instruction. Like for this person, he will only wear red and the rest of the class will wear blue. So in that case, you have to define that this person is special. That means it's a special ID. So you will define this person with a special ID. Okay. But when you are giving the instruction in the form of group, they becomes a class, like class 7 students or class 10 students. So are you getting my point? Here also, if I want to give a, same announcement to this input as well as to my second number, then they both should come under a class, not under a ID. So that time I will be defining the class over here. So class also can be defined inside this only. So I can just write class is equals to, maybe I name it as iBox. So I give it a ID, and then here also I give the same ID, class is equals to, let's give it iBox. So with this, they both are iBox now. That means when I do the coding in CSS for the class, I will be using first of all dot. This time hashtag won't be coming. I'm going to use dot iBox. And now I can give coding to the iBox. That means both the text box is going to do, right? Both the text box will be encounter the changes. So if I give the width, now let's see the text box, both the text box width has increased, right? Let's give it a margin. Now, what is margin basically? Margin is to give a gap externally. You can see the text box and the button are too close to each other. So it can give a gap in between them as well. So I'm giving the margin here. Yes, I would be also covering few codes of margin left and margin right in my course as well. So please stay tuned for that. So if you can just see, I've given the margin. Now you can see some external margin around, right? So that's how that it works. So I can give a color also, background color. Let's give this one. So it can get a background color as well, right? So again, the both text boxes are facing this changes, not only the one, because I have used first of all class. I put both of them into a same class, and I use a dot here in spite of the ID. So that's how your class and ID works. And yes, in the next class, we are going to make this button as also work. So stay tuned for that. And you can also write down the code of JS if you know it like earlier, that how can this add button work, right? So yes, if any doubt and any questions, do let me know in the comment section. And I'll see you with the next video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.